Running with a win here at Walsh Park, didn't transpire that way, and I suppose your assessment on the performance overall?
Yeah, there was patches where we were quite good and more phases of the game where we just lacked that little bit of sharpness, some drop balls, some misplaced passes, missed pickups, and all told just disappointed with the sharpness really. And I think there were occasions where we just got out fought as well, and breaking ball in particular in the first half off of opposition puck out was something we did particularly poor in.
In terms of the team selection coming into this one, maybe slightly different than years gone past, maybe that bit more experience in the lineup than maybe the last couple of years? No, listen, the teams evolve over time anyway. That's a natural progression of all these teams, and obviously we're juggling the Fitzgibbon Cup at the moment, and we've quite a lot of players playing there. So listen, at the end of the day, I think we were quite happy coming into the game that we had the players available to us, and we've a lot of other players that are still working hard in terms of trying to get their prep right. But no issues there. Very happy to put out the team we had out, but I think ultimately we'll be disappointed with our performance levels overall, particularly in the tight. I thought we just did poorly on breaking ball in particular today. Thought young Matthew Fitzgerald had quite a good game at corner back. Disappointing though with that black card and that decision. What did you make of that decision?
Listen, I haven't seen the footage back, so I'm looking at it from the wrong angle where I'm on the sideline. I'd need to get a proper view, but we'll sit down, we'll look at it during the week. But listen, from Matthew's perspective, I certainly wouldn't be laying the blame at his door there, and I thought for a young guy making his debut and playing cornerback, I thought he did exceptionally well. Really good on the ball, very sharp, very crisp, very tidy, and it's a real positive from today. If there has one, that's the real positive.
In terms of the moment itself, obviously down to 14 for the 10 minutes, the penalty that was converted kind of lifted the crowd. It was a big turning point.
Yeah, it was a significant point in the game, there's no doubt about that. We had probably gained a bit of momentum at that point, and we looked like maybe we could push on a bit, and so you have to kind of go back and start all over again when you have to concede a goal like that. But I think we did well, we did respond well at that point, and we did bring it down to the wire towards the end. But again, they just managed to, in fairness to Waterford, when we got scores and tried to close the gap, they responded very well, and that's a great sign of a team. And listen, they came out of last weekend, I'm sure, quite scathed from what happened, and they rocked up today with a proper performance, and they worked very hard, and they outfought us on the ground, and that's the facts of it.
Adam English obviously was down for quite a while. The stretcher came out, you started to maybe fear the worst, but he got up onto his feet and he seemed to be kind of holding his ribcage. Yeah,
he just was experiencing a lot of sharp pain on his ribcage at that point. So yeah, listen, we didn't really know what the issue was, but we were just going to be cautious at that point just to make sure that we got him off the pitch right. So yeah, listen, I think he's going to be okay. We'll probably get an X-ray in the morning, but hopefully he'll be alright.
John, what is the update on Adam Gillan and David Breedy?
Both doing well, both training hard. Yeah.
Can we expect to see him in the?
Well, you'll see him when they're ready. It's like a cake. They're not going to take it out of the oven until it's cooked. So they're not quite ready yet, but hopefully in the next few weeks. Both of them had just had a bit of a setback when they came back into pre-season training. Just want to make sure that they're 100% before we get them on the field. They still a bit of work to do.
John, you have to manage the Fitzgibbon again for another week. Still a plethora of players involved. How does that week look for you now with games on midweek again?
Listen, we'll just treat it the exact same way. We'll train Tuesday, Friday, and the match Sunday. They'll go and play their match on Wednesday. They won't train on Tuesday, and that's the way we manage it all the time. So that's the way it'll be.
John, is it tricky to have lads up to the pitch of things when you missed the first week?
I don't know. I wouldn't lay the performance at that at all. I've no doubt for Waterford it was a good motivator to come out of last week's game, knowing that they were disappointed with it. But I think ultimately there's no way we'd be leaning on that for our performance today. It just wasn't good enough. The boys know that, we know that. We've a lot of work to do this week. It just wasn't at the level that's required, and that's it. And we have to own that. And I know they will. They're good, honest guys. They know they just weren't at the level that's required today. We'll double down this week. We'll work hard. We'll just try